Do you have any idea? Can you put it into words? Do you know? Hi, I'm Reverend Wolak, and this is Thoughts Can Change Your Life. And today I want to explore that. So I want to give you my definition. Love is the awareness and acceptance of our wholeness and the wholeness of others. Now, that may sound very simple to say, but let me tell you, that was a mouthful. So let me repeat it again and listen clearly to what I'm saying. Love is the awareness and acceptance of our wholeness and that of others. So let's unpack that a little bit. Let's break that down a little bit. Got to be aware. That's number one. Are you aware? Are you aware that you're whole? Are you aware that there's nothing missing? Are you aware that you're perfect as you are? Are you aware there's nothing you need to do to experience love? Are you aware that you're connected to an infinite power and infinite source? Are you aware of that? And if you are aware of that, have you accepted that? Because if you accepted that, what have you done? You've stopped judging yourself, haven't you? That's right. If you are aware and you've accepted your wholeness, you've stopped judging yourself. So I ask the question, have you stopped judging yourself? Or do you still think you're not enough? Do you still think, I need to pay the price for that mistake? It's really an interesting concept when we really break it down, because if you are aware that you're whole, are you living it? Then you can take it, and that's the hardest part. With others, it's hard, but it's not as hard as the first part. So if you're aware that someone else is whole just like they are you accepting them as such? Or are you trying to change them? Are you trying to manipulate them? Are you upset when they're not living up to your expectations? It's a really interesting concept, this whole thing of love. That's why it's so complex. That's why we're working on being loving all of our lives, every moment of our lives, because we fall out of it. Because it is so easy to fall into judgment. I try my best. I do my best to be aware, and I get sucked out of it at times. I'll look at someone and I'll say, that's God expressing, and I'll say, oh, why did they make that choice? Yeah, I know. That was judgment, wasn't it? Anytime you do that, we like to fool ourselves. Well, I'm really not judging here. I'm accepting them as they are. But boy, is that interesting that they would make a choice like that. That's not loving at all. That's just fooling yourself. That's your ego playing games with you. And that's the fun part about life. If we're not aware, our ego will lead us down a path. It will play games like you just can't even imagine. The ego is a trickster. And guess who's easily tricked? We are. We're so easily tricked by that ego. It is absolutely unbelievable. Yeah. I saw that yesterday when we were at the Trans-Siberian Orchestra concert. I looked around and I observed the 11,000 people that were in the arena with us. And I wondered, why was it that from what we could see, as far as we could see, Gene and I were the only ones, moving, We were the only ones singing to pretty much every song because we knew them all. We were juiced. And I was just wondering, where was the juice in other people? And I asked the question, were they aware? Or has their lives up to this time, in particular the last 11 months, numbed them so they weren't aware of the life force? What I think has happened to us is I think we've forgotten how to feel. That's what I think. I don't know. I think we've been hiding our feelings. We've been masking our feelings. And good, bad, or indifferent feelings, it doesn't matter which way you want to look at it. But feelings are what make this life juicy. Feelings are what gives life its value. If you can't feel life, how do you experience it? How do you get the full experience of life? It was interesting. On Friday or Thursday, I am testing out some hearing aids because I had an ear infection back 30 some years ago, and I lost a lot of hearing in one ear, and I've got hearing loss in the other ear. And when I was at the concert last night, I had my hearing aids in. And what I realized was how much I hadn't heard before, but I was unaware that it was even there. That, my friends, is what awareness does. It opens you up to all that infinite possibility that when your eyes are not fully seeing, your ears are not fully hearing, your senses are not fully experiencing, you don't know what you're missing. So my message today is a simple one. Feel and experience everything as deeply as you possibly can. Because that's, my friends, is the reason we're here, to experience life. So again, I say to you, love is the acceptance and the awareness that we are already whole, and so is everybody else. Ponder that and live that today. Until next time, know that you're worthy. And if you don't know it, I'll know it for you, because I love you and I accept you just like you are. Until tomorrow, aloha.